Yeah, hey, drop.
Prime Coverage Sports Network. Real coverage, real conversation.
What's up, you guys? We are back. It's your favorite boys. We are here on PrimeTime Hoops, man. Got my man, the Oracle, the Con Man, co-hosting with me today. Shout out to Marcus. He'll be next week, man. That is our captain, but I'm going to be running the ship today along with my co-host, Con Man. How you feeling today, man?
Doing great, man. Just getting excited, man. Looking forward to what's about to happen with the NBA playoffs, the implications. We got to talk about the injuries and how much of a factor that plays in. I'm just looking forward to it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get into it, man. We're not gonna drag our feet. We appreciate y'all. Sports Network today, man. We're gonna bring it to you hard and heavy. So let's get into it. Luka Doncic, the injury bug has bitten him once again. Hamstring injury, grade 2. Best case scenario, probably 3 to 4 weeks. Sadly, that dips into the playoff run, and we're looking at that from a perspective of the Lakers were in a groove. They were doing something. Now they were getting beat down by OKC. It was really bad at the time. And then this Luka injury, man, it kind of sets back the Lakers, don't you think?
You know something, Kenny, before I go into that, I want to bring up a little topic that you mentioned. You talked about Luka's injury. Well, if you go across the NBA today, look, Kate Cunningham, injury. Yeah. You got Jokic was out.
Yep.
FBA was out.
Yep.
He's always out. Maxey was out. LeBron was out. So I think a lot of the big time players are receiving these type of injuries that are very helpful for their chance in the playoff run. Now getting back to the Lakers, which happen to be my team, although no one else likes them but me. But anyway, what I'm saying is, you know what happened with Luke's injury? It's a soft tissue injury that has happened already. He's already had the damn thing. Yeah. And you know what? Kenny had mentioned it was a blowout. It was. Now here's where you kind of can question. And the JD Rex has been doing a great job with the Lakers, but you might have to think why he did. Of course, we're Monday morning quarterbacks, but they were getting blown out. They knew they weren't going to win. Reddick's response was, "Hey, we're going to give him 6 minutes to see what happens." And was it really necessary? They were getting blown out. I tend to think that was a bad move because sometimes you play through it and it ends up getting worse. Yeah, and another topic we'll talk about another day. That's also affecting postseason awards because sometimes players are playing games just so they can have the opportunity to receive these awards, and now they're getting hit even more. But anyway, getting back to the Lakers, I think that it's right now they're sitting out in the third spot. The last 10 games they went 8-2. They were kind of on the road until that game. Yeah, but now it definitely hurts their chances now. But we were talking about that last night. The fact is, they might want to get into that fourth spot because then they would probably go against the Rockets. They might fare better against the Rockets than Minnesota. Minnesota has their number. So I'm not saying that's what they're trying to do, but right now it's going to be very crucial for the Lakers to all have to step up. And, LeBron's going to have to, he's going to have to come out of his old bag. Austin Reeves has to come out with, gangbusters. Yeah, and I'm going to say his name wrong, but that's the way I say his name. Hoochie Mama is going to come up and be more consistent in his game, and I think that'll be more. I think that'll be more effective, and I think the Lakers. It's going to be, and they play the Thunder Tuesday, so we're going to see a lot of what's going on.
Yeah, and listen, I agree, and this is what I don't want to happen. What I need LeBron to understand is you were the 3, right? So the top dog is out. You slide to the 2. Don't jump in front of Austin Reeves. We need Reeves to have that confidence because going into the playoffs, I need Reeves to be about that 25 to 30 point score type of player. So what we need from him is the confidence to do it. I don't want LeBron to think, oh, Luka's out, let me jump to the one. No, that's not how it works. The pecking order is Luka, Reeves, then you. Go to the 2. Give him the ball. Let him go. Let Reeves be Reeves. If we can get that going, have him going into the playoffs, when it's time for Luka to come back, he can come back to a running train and not a train that's stuck at the stop waiting to pick him up.
Now, Kenny, I agree 100%. But do you think LeBron thinks that way? What I mean is, I felt, hey, y'all want me to fall back after I fell back, and we're doing good. Yeah. But, the guys, hey, I got to step up. I got to be, you think in his mind, is he thinking that? Yo, that's 34 points a game. I'm only averaging about 20 right now. He's averaging about 20, I think. Reeves about 24, 25.
Yeah.
What's in his mind? That's the key. What's in his mind?
And that's yeah. Yeah. I think, and that's where him and JJ going to have to have a conversation. That needs to be and he needs to understand that's when the pecking order got to be brought up. Listen, LeBron, I need you to be the 2. We don't need you to be the 1. You're not as effective at the 1 that you are at the 2 at this point in your career. We don't need you to dominate the ball. We need you to continue to do what you've been doing, but enhance it. But let Reeves be the guy, because Reeves, it's been shown this year when Reeves has been by himself. I watched him. He went to Minnesota and dropped 40. He went to Portland, dropped 51. I watched Reeves when he's in his groove. He's one of those type of guys. I need to see that from Reeves in this stretch. It's a very important stretch for the Lakers. And the problem is it's 2 weeks left in the season, man, and you ain't got the head of the snake. And that's the worst time to be in that. Detroit, I don't know how, but shout out to Detroit, because they figured out how to navigate that thing with Cade being out. They figured out how to continue to win, and that's called coaching. The coach has told him, listen, Durden is now the guy. We go off him. And that's how JJ got to go in there. I don't care that this is LeBron James. You are the number 2 option on this team now. Reeves is 1. He has to establish that pecking order, because if not, the Lakers, I'm not going to lie to you. They're not beating Houston. They're not beating nobody. I don't care who they play. If the pecking order is going to be an argument.
Okay, check this out. I'm going to be devil's advocate.
Okay.
You said Austin Reeves got to be the man, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think other teams know that?
Oh, yeah, they know.
They're going to try to get him out his game, whether that be double teaming, traps, whatever.
Yeah.
Now, how the Lakers going to handle that?
Yeah, and that's going to be the question right there. That is a good question.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the good part is we do got a nice sample size, about a 2-week run from Austin Reeves where he was the guy for the team, because LeBron and Luka was both out early in the season.
Yes, and he went off.
So we see when he had that opportunity, he went crazy because there was. But I just need LeBron to understand that Reeves can, if he need to be for a short amount of time. But everybody got to believe and understand that there is a pecking order. And what I need from, like you said, we're gonna call him Hoochie Mama right now. We need him to get back to being what we got. We need him to get back to the Rui who went to Memphis in a game 2 and dropped 24. We need him to get back to that guy. We need him to continue to give us rebounding, defensive efforts, and effort in general. We just need that. And I promise you, the Lakers are going to be exactly where they need to be when it's time to be there. And speaking of OKC, we gotta switch gears. So I like to do a little game called This or the Field. So OKC being such a dominant team, coming fresh off the NBA Finals, Shea's MVP. Shea look like he about to win another MVP. They look like they're probably going back to another Finals. Are you taking OKC, or do you see somebody in the field upsetting the repeat young OKC Thunder?
Well, okay, they took right away they left off last year. Yeah. I mean, they're 61-16. Last 10 games, they're 9-1. SGA is MVP more than likely.
Yeah.
And But to answer your question, I think I'm gonna shock you. I'm going with the field because hear me out now. When has the last time you seen a team repeat? It is so damn hard to repeat in the NBA. So now, done the they could set a precedent, but I'm taking the field. Got to watch out for the Spurs. Got to watch out for them. The Nuggets, nobody talking about them. They're gonna give you and Nuggets are healthy right now. So to answer your question, I'm going with the field with the fact that it's so damn difficult to go back to back.
Go back to back. Okay. You see anybody in the East? Possibly? Like, let's just say they get to the finals. You see anybody in the East that could beat OKC in a 7-game series?
Well, you know what? You know what? As much as I don't want to say it, I'm going to. The Boston Celtics. The dreaded Boston Celtics. OKC came into their building in the Garden or TD, and Celtics did work. You know what I'm saying? And now you got Tatum thinking he's 22 again. He looks like he's ready to go. They got a deep bench, and the fact is, with them getting rid of 4 of their members of the championship team, and to do what they're doing, and to come off what no one expected them to be, I think you got the two-headed monster right now, and they're both playing at a high level. And they've been last 10 games 8-2. So to answer your question, I would, the injury with Cade Cunningham, if he was healthy, I would give them a chance. But the fact is, the Celtics been there. Yeah, they've already been there, and they won. Yeah, and that makes it. And the coach has been there, and they won. So I think that's going to be a major factor. And if there's any team coming out of these as we speak today, it's going to be the dreaded Boston Celtics. I'm going to whisper that, the Boston Celtics.
Okay, yeah, listen. You know what, man? I've been racking with this question ever since I thought of it back and forth. I'm like, OKC, man, they look so dominant, man. They look, you know what I think it depends on? Whether that second round matchup is the Nuggets or not. Because I believe if the Nuggets catch them early enough, which is the second round, I think the Nuggets beat them. I love that matchup for the Nuggets. I do. I really do. But I think the problem going to be is with the Luka injury. See, the Luka injury even affects this. If the Lakers drop to the 4 and then they got to go against Houston or the Lakers are not beating OKC in the 7-game series.
Absolutely not.
So that might be I think that's going to be the problem if the Lakers drop back in them standings. But if it stays like it is, let's just say the Lakers find a way to ride the ship and it stays like it is, then I'm not going to lie to you. I think the Nuggets can beat OKC in the series because they got that one guy that cancels everybody. He cancels SGA. He cancels Luka. He cancels Wemby. He cancels everybody. And I think that's where I think they could slip up at in that second round matchup. And they're healthy now. And we're going to get playoff Jamal Murray. See, I don't think people know about playoff Murray. See, I haven't watched it many years. I haven't watched him boogie on us for years. So I know playoff Murray personally. If that guy show up, all bets are off. Y'all can't do nothing with the Nuggets. They done been there, done that. You talk about team been there, done that. They got a ring. They got championship. So I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I think OKC could slip up even before the Western Conference Finals if the seeding works out that way.
Right. I agree with you, Key. And you know what? Like you said, Murray was hurt a couple years, and they said his game was, it was going downhill and all that. No. You see him this year? He looks healthy. He'd be throwing 40, 30 on a regular. You know what I mean? So he's going back. He's been out for a minute, so he's well rested. He's about to. They got Brown, but watch out for them. And then you call about that factor. That guy is a problem. Is a problem. He's a problem. And guess what? Again, they've been there.
Done that.
They've been there. They've done that. Yeah. You know what I mean? They know what it takes. Yeah. Like I said, I'm taking the field.
Yeah. It is tough to repeat, man. It is, like you said. The last team to do it was the Warriors. What was that? 2016, 2017, and that was with KD and all them superheroes together.
My point exactly.
And it's tough, not just from a basketball on the court situation, but to stay health wise. You see, OKC been injured all year. J-Dub is just getting back. Chick injured. SGA been injured. It's just attrition, man. And you got before OKC won a championship, they were in the playoffs every single year. And so that builds up. This team is really young. So that's building up. And not just that, man, I'm not going to lie to you. If the Spurs can figure it out, I'm so worried about them figuring it out on their first try. But if these guys figure it out, they match up so great with OKC. I'm taking them. I don't care where they play them at. I don't care about home court because I think Wemby cancels out everything they do in the paint. If y'all think that SGA is finna just dance and get to the rim like he's been doing on everybody else, I promise you against the Spurs, he is not going to do that. He won't do that. Because who's guarding that? Who's guarding everything inside the three-point area? Wemby. And I promise you, defensively, this kid is so special. He is so special. And if they figure it out with all those young guys, they're going to be the next OKC. That's going to be the next dynasty. But they got to figure that thing out. I don't know if you can do it on your first go-around, though. That's the only thing. I haven't even spoke on the East because I actually do think there's a team over there on the East that can I think it's two teams that can get them health-wise. It got to be healthy, though. But just speaking in the West, I don't know if they get out the West without getting clipped. I just don't know. I think it's just tough. But they are steamrolling right now.
AK. No, you talked about Wemby in the middle.
Yeah.
You forget who they got on the wings and who they got at the guard. I'm going to tell you right now. Soon as SGA gets off the bus, he's going to be in the parking lot. Damn good defense. I'm letting y'all know.
Yes.
He's going to be all over.
Yep.
And they got great, and then know what? Their guard play is pretty good. They got Harrison coming off the bench.
Yeah.
Veteran experience. I'm telling you. So
Yep. That's what I'm saying, man. That OKC don't have an easy. It's not an easy path. I try to tell people, it's not going to be an easy path to get there. Let me tell you this though: if they get through it, this is a dynasty right here. If they can get this and get a second ring out of this thing,
another MVP.
Yeah,
MVP for it could be ugly.
They're in a different light now, and then he creeping up in them all-time standings as far as shooting guards. You get there. He's gonna be knocking on some doors in a minute if he pull this off. Because I think this is gonna be their toughest path to get there, depending on how the standings shape out. Because I think the standings are very important. That's why this Luka injury hurts so bad. Because if the Lakers were to if they sit in that 3 spot, I think the Lakers would scare the mess out of the Spurs if they were to get them. I do. I'm saying with a healthy Luka. They would have scared the Spurs. Now, I don't know if they beat them, but they were scaring them so bad because you would have to do it with Reeves, Luka, LeBron, and all these guys that can get their own shot off the dribble. They don't need all that other stuff and all that. They can get it off the dribble by themselves. And what I like about the Spurs, though, they got guards that can go get it by themselves, too.
And they're young.
Young, too. And they're going to do this. They're going to run all day.
Yeah.
They're going to run all day. Now, in the playoffs, though, the game slows down. It typically slows down. And that's why I'm worried about the Spurs and that half court. If we slow this game down and we rock them to sleep, can they still wake up enough to perform? Because I think, like I try to tell people, a bad matchup for the Spurs in the first round would be somebody like the Clippers. I would not want them to see them. Them or Steph. You don't want to see Steph, not in the playoffs.
No, we already know. We already know about him. We already know.
Look out too, because they probably about to go against Steph in that first round.
Yeah.
Be careful because he canceled everybody out.
We all know. We already know.
I'm telling you, man, it's the playoff time, man, and we're watching teams, young teams, elevate. And let's speak of another young team. Let's segue right into it. Let's give the Atlanta Hawks some love, y'all. Let's give the Atlanta Hawks some love here on PrimeTime Hoops. The Atlanta Hawks, ever since they traded Trae Young, they went from out of playoffs to we the 5th seed, and we knocking on y'all doors too. The Atlanta Hawks is a scary team. I watched them play. Not only are they fast up and down, they got wing defenders out the wazoo. You can't get the ball past half court without Dyson trying to rip that ball out of your hand. And then you got Jalen Johnson, the head of the snake. And then you got SGA's cousin, Nikhil Alexander Walker. He is going crazy. He's been averaging 25 since they traded Trae Young. And so you're watching these young guys who are running up and down the court, and they're potentially going to have to play against a team like Cleveland. And I think they're going to scare Cleveland. Want to know why? Because Cleveland is a slow down, half court type of team. The problem when you're playing against a team like the Atlanta Hawks, we got the defenders to guard you. And when we steal the ball, we're gone. We're off and running. And so the Atlanta Hawks are a scary team. Tell me what you think about that comment.
You know something, the fact is, the Hawks kind of remind me of the Celtics. No one expected the Hawks to do what they're doing.
At all.
I knew that because I thought they were going to get a lot of picks and they were going to eventually get better. But, you said something about losing Ice Trae. You know what happened when they lost Ice Trae? Mm-hmm. They got bigger. Ice Trae was good offensively and can distribute, but he was a turnover king. Yes. Their length is longer. They better defensively, and like you said, them wings long, athletic, can run, want to play defense. Johnson is a superstar in waiting, and they're fun to watch. They've been terrible to watch the last couple of years, but they're energetic, they're enjoyable to watch. And they're 45 and 33. They're 8-2 in the last 10 games.
Yep.
You better watch out for them. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's an up-and-coming team, and they're young. And here, you know what? Guess what? They only got one max player.
That's it.
So they got money. If they want to get, they can do things. They can manipulate and do what they got to do to help out Cade. You know what I mean?
Yep. That was a smart move, man. When they shipped off Porzingis, that's another smart move they did. They sent them to the Warriors, and they got Kuminga and Buddy Hield. That is huge.
Kuminga is playing well. Again, because during All-Star this year, he ain't making no money. So they can do work now before they have to pay him. So I mean, it's working out for them, man. On the salary cap, on the first day, they ain't got to worry about that.
No, they ain't got to worry about it. Nope, and they got a fun, exciting squad that's gonna put butt in seats. And like I said, the thing about them that is scary to me is they got guys like Kuminga. Kuminga got a championship ring. I don't think people realize that. He got him a ring. And so Kuminga is one of those young guys who done got playoff experience, that played with the Warriors for so long, got all that knowledge, soaked in all that knowledge, so that when they get to the playoffs, it's not going to be as a deer in headlights as a lot of people think it's going to be. They got a couple of vets on this team who done been in the playoffs, who done been in playoff situations, and know what they're doing. So I am excited to watch this Hawks team, man. I really am.
And again, I'm going to keep it right now. I'm going to keep it real. Steve Kerr really didn't want Kuminga
at all.
But guess what? When you're a player and you're on a team where they don't really want you, you go to a team where y'all wanted. That makes a world of a difference. That changes your whole outlook, changes your man.
Yeah,
best thing that could happen to him, and maybe the best thing that happened to the Hawks.
That's what I said, man. Because Kuminga was you could see it. You can see it, man. When you watch Kuminga play, like, this kid is so talented. I don't understand why Steve Kerr act like he couldn't use him. I don't know if they didn't like each other or something, but the fact that you acted like you couldn't use this talented guy that's sitting on the bench, and he put up 30 in a playoff game for you one time. I think people forget that. He was balling in the playoff for you when Steph went down. I think people forgot that. Like that happened. And for you to act, that's kind of, to me, sometimes Steve Kerr comes across arrogant to me sometimes in those circumstances. And I get it. You're great. Sometimes you got to be arrogant. You got to be full of yourself, but you don't have all the knowledge. You don't.
Let me tell you something.
Don't.
The Warriors weren't that good this year. We know that. Injuries and all that. You know, you mean to tell me you had to sit Kuminga 10 DMPs?
Come on, man.
On the bench?
Come on, man.
What was going through Kuminga's mind? Now he's relieved. They want him. Watch out. He's so kept. Watch out. Watch out. Yeah, watch out.
That's what I said, man. I said the problem going to be is Kuminga is now in a spot where he can just play basketball. It's not that freedom. Yeah, it's freedom. There's no expectation. We don't think the Hawks gonna win the championship. No. We don't think that. So there's no expectations.
No.
Just ball. Be free. Be you. Be free. Go out there. Do what you got to do. And the Hawks, like you said, perfect cap situation. They're not paying anybody. They can make moves. They can do things. But what I don't want them to do is do what teams with cap room do sometimes. Do not get in a situation where you cut this core up. Because a lot of times teams do that. They cut the core.
Yes.
We don't even have no depth. We didn't got this big piece, but there's no depth to go with the big piece, and it never works out. Like Kevin Durant. You don't want to do what Kevin Durant did. Look at Houston. They have no depth. And that's killing them right now. They have no your bus. You didn't want to get in this situation. But when your son Jalen Green out the door, who averaged 23 for you, when your son Dylan Brooks out the door, who averaged 15, 17 for you a game, that's your depth going out the door. You just can't do that if you're trying to win. See, a lot of teams, they'll say they're trying to win, but they want butts and seats. That's all it is. They want the butt. KD brings butts. He brings the excitement back. But me, I never thought that was a good deal for them because I said you're cutting your core pieces up, you cutting players who contribute on your team up, and to bring in an older guy who ain't never got it done on his own. Why did you think coming here? Oh yeah, he can do it here.
See, the thing about KD, he's not a leader at all. Never been, will be, and that's really a knock on him. Now. Getting back to the Hawks, as you said, you want hopefully they keep their crew together. You know, a lot of times owners, coaches, general managers make moves because it looks good on paper. But you know, in reality, like you said, you keep a crew together, you build a culture. You're building. It's not just open door, right? You're building a team, a culture. And that means a lot. And that's what I think San Antonio is going to be doing. That's what OKC is doing. You got to learn from these guys. Look what they're doing.
Yep. They drafted everybody outside of SGA, and they got SGA. They got SGA for free. I bet you the Clippers wish they would have kept him now.
Oh man. Oh Lord have mercy. Yep.
Cool. The Clippers, perfect example. You ripped up your core to get somebody who ain't never won a championship in your building. It's different if it was for Kawhi. That's different. He won a championship. You got rid of SGA for Paul George. They proven the same thing in the league.
And if you remember, Paul George, he didn't even play.
Yeah.
I think you and I played more games than him.
Yeah. And my thing is this. You did that. You did all of that to now not have Paul George in your building. And now you're fighting to get in the play. Like they're in the play-in right now. If you do that. The problem that I have with a lot of teams is when you go and do moves, big moves like that, make sure you got enough depth to cover up. Because the problem in the deal, they're going to take your depth from you. They're going to try to snatch everything from you, the other team, when they do the deal. Because they know if you want this player that bad, you're going to give up some of them young guys. And that, I ain't going to lie, that is a recipe that rarely works. It's rare that you see a superstar get traded and immediately they go win a championship. It's rare.
Absolutely not. And another thing, too, you were talking about getting one guy and then giving away your whole damn bunch.
Yeah.
Look at the Celtics right now. I get a whisper. Look at the Celtics right. Anyway, look at what they've done. They got rid of all their. Look who they got their bench. They got a deep bench. They got a great starting five. And because when you get that one guy and say he gets injured, that guy you spent all that money, gave away all them, and then he gets injured. You know what I mean? Then you got nothing to fall back on. Boston did the right moves. They knew Tatum was going to be out. They said we got to do something, and look what they did.
Yeah.
And they went so well. They went under the second apron, went under the first. They went under, so they under, and look what they got. And they got the two most expensive players. I paid them and Brown in the NBA, and look what they got. And they got that little Pritchard guy. I mean, they got a damn good team, man.
He could drop 30 at any point. That's why the Celtics. They're real scary too, man, because you're looking at them, and we can just talk about the playoff push right now. Let's go right into the segment. The playoff push, man. If you look at the seeding right now in the East, you got Detroit at 1, 4 games behind. You got Boston. Then you got the Knicks, Cleveland, Atlanta, and Philly. That's the top 6 seeds. Yep. And then you go into the play-in. You got Toronto. Charlotte is a team to look out for too. They're playing really well right now. And you got Orlando, and then you got Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, that's it. The everything's been set as far as who's going to be in the as far as the play-in situation, all the seedings, everybody. So the thing that I'm looking at here when you watch this is I wonder who is going to get that 7 spot that's going to play Boston in that first round, because I like what I see from Charlotte. I've been watching them play, and if you look at Charlotte, they're 8-2 in their last 10 as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Playing really good ball. And they're playing winning basketball right now. A lot of teams ain't playing that right now. Like if you look at the Magic is 3-7 in their last 10, and Miami's 2-8. That's not winning basketball, man.
Not going into the playoffs. You don't want that. Mm-mm.
You want to be rolling. You want to be about 7-3, 8-2 going down this stretch. You know what I'm saying? And like that's what Atlanta's doing. Atlanta's tied with Detroit and Boston for the best last 10 games. For the record in the last 10 games with Charlotte. Like these teams are really, it's not too much of a difference to me between a Charlotte and an Orlando or Miami. Outside of Charlotte is just playing better basketball right now. They look like their coach got the pulse of the team. I don't know what shifted or what changed. I don't know if they just started clicking and playing better, but whatever happened in Charlotte, it switched. They started out of nowhere too, just start playing better. And I'm like, it wasn't really the trade deadline. I mean, they did get Colin Sexton, a couple of guys, defensive type guys, but then they had Knipple. I think that's how you say his name. The rookie, the 3-point shooter. He's been balling this year. LaMelo is LaMelo, of course. Miles Bridges is balling as well. So you're just watching the team, and it looks like they're just growing up.
You know what? You are absolutely correct. You think alike. As you said, Knapple. Well, I have a hard time with him. Anyway, he's been lighting it up. Yes. I think that's really a major difference because it's expanding the 3-point shot. Best this year. And Melo's Melo, but Melo has people to throw to now. Yes. And I think, and when you said about growing, here we go. You mentioned Bridges. I think he's coming into his own. You talk about Melo, first round pick, that well with the spectrum, and you ain't heard nothing about him. He's starting to get better and playing the way he was expected to play. Correct. So they're tough. And again, another Melo, you watch him, he looks like he's playing the pocket ball, but it's effective and he's fun to watch. And I mean, he got the ugliest shot known to mankind, but it goes in. He's a distributor. He gets everybody involved. The big man because they know if they run, he's going to give it to them. And he's good.
That's how I feel, man. And the good part, because people was talking about LaMelo, he don't play winning basketball. He is now. Now what y'all gonna say? Now y'all gotta find the role. He's playing winning because his team, he the head of the snake and his team winning. They're winning. So you can't play winning basketball. Philly is a weird. I'm not gonna lie. Philly's such a weird team to me. If I'm watching them from the outside, Maxi's amazing. Even VJ, the rookie they got, he's amazing. Grimes is amazing. Embiid is injured. Feeling like I don't know what to particularly say about Philly, man. I guess they're cool. It would be, I guess they're cool. You know, like they're 7-3 in their last 10. So I mean, they've been winning, but it's like they're a team that I'm just not excited about because it looks like they're going to get the Knicks in the first round. And yes, and I think it's going to be very interesting. And I don't think that's an easy series either for the Knicks. That's not going to be easy because sometimes Karl Anthony Towns gets in his own head, gets in his own way against Philly, particularly against Philly. I watched him play against them, and I'm just like, you should dominate this series. You alone should dominate this series. Brunson going to be Brunson, but you should dominate. And sometimes he just don't be dominating, man. Embiid ain't, at this point, Embiid is a shell of himself. Go to work on him. Anytime I got Embiid up, man, go to work. He can't stop you. He can't move.
You know, I agree with you, but I think like Philly, they're playing better. They're a little bit more healthy. Here's the problem with Philly. Very simple. Right now, Embiid plays one game, and he takes 18 off. Yes. You know, in the playoffs, it's every other day. Yes. So how that's going to be to me, that's a major factor right there. I mean, if he can play and play up, they have a shot because, like you said, Maxey is ridiculous. Yeah, and Edgecombe is ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Paul George is again. Paul George, he's not 25 games. Look at him play now. He's been playing like the old part. They said just the best he's played in his career. So if he keeps that up, yeah, you never know. But the fact that's going to hurt them is that Embiid can't play those. Yeah, he's not healthy to play. They have the games, you know. Yeah. That's going to hurt them, unfortunately.
Yeah, man. And I'm watching. I'm just looking at the standings, man. That Boston and New York series, I think in the second round, if that happens, that's such an interesting series for me. I think the only team that could derail Boston is the Knicks.
Yep, and payback from last year. They got Tatum hurt in that playoff game. I think the Boston got revenge on their mind.
They have to. They have to have revenge on their mind.
Yeah, and Missoula didn't forget that.
Of course not. Missoula, trust me, Missoula keeps a head count of everything up here. He's not going to forget what happened last year. But I think that is literally the only team that literally can beat them in a 7-game series. I don't like Detroit in a 7-game series because I think it's going to be too much Tatum and Brown in that series.
Yeah.
I like Detroit's wing defenders, I do, but I don't love them enough to stop Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, how they're the clip that they're playing at right now. I think the Knicks are the only team that's equipped to be able to throw multiple defenders at them and still have their best scorer be able to score on whoever you got.
True.
And I think that series is 7. That got 7 to me written all over it. And it's gonna
be a great series.
It's gonna be
good. If the big guy comes to play again,
that's the question, man.
There's been games, Keith, where he takes 5 shots the whole game.
Yes.
He should be taking 5 shots.
No.
And one game he went 5 for 5 the whole game.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
And that's my problem. That's my problem with him. That's why it's hard to really. I want to be able to say the Knicks can mess around and get to the finals, but I don't trust him. I don't trust him. Yep. I don't trust him, and I don't. And the series that I would never trust him in is a series against Detroit. Too physical.
Detroit been whip that. You know what? Detroit been killing him.
Yes, too physical. And I think that's where Durden would put him in a torture chamber and hold him there for life. That's a torture chamber type of series for Karl Anthony Towns. Because Durden, that boy, I don't know what it is. He can play, man. I just start really watching Detroit like the second half, right after the All-Star break. I start watching. I'm like, let me see, because Detroit is killing everybody. I'm like, man, first place, man. Let me watch this. Cade is out there dishing and doing what he got to do, scoring that an elite clip. But then I watch Durden. I'm like, oh, he cleaning up everything. Anything Cade don't get, he get. because he gonna eat on the boards and he gonna play great defense and be physical.
You know what? You know what he is to me?
Mm-hmm.
He's a gangster. What I mean by that,
yes,
he's like an Oakley with major offensive weapons.
Offensive weapons, yep.
He's a gangster. I'm kidding. One of them. Every team, that's him. You see how he looks. He's a gangster. He's Oakley with offensive weapons galore.
Yep. Yep. The trick is the trick will let you punk him. Dude, that ain't happening. You ain't punking Detroit. Detroit ain't that type of team.
No.
Watch them. I watched them, and then you got Isaiah Stewart, who hands is actually registered. He's nuts. So you got to watch out. You know what I'm saying? And then he come in the game and give you 10 to 12 points a game, and you're like, he can do that and play. And you're like, oh man.
If you come through that paint, you're getting hit by. What's going to happen then?
It's going to be physical. That's what I'm saying.
You better believe it. Bring your popcorn, man. I'm going to watch that.
For sure. Detroit matches up so well just with everybody except Boston. That's why it's funny because matchups matter.
Oh, absolutely.
Matchups matter so much in this playoff, man. Because I think even a team like Cleveland would give the Knicks a little trouble too. Just because of the two bigs in the paint and the way James Harden and Donovan Mitchell have been playing off of each other. It's a recipe that could work. It's definitely a recipe that could work.
Yeah. And you know what about Cleveland? As we talked about at the beginning of the show, a lot of their star players on other teams are getting hurt or been hurt. Cleveland's been healthy.
They've been healthy.
Mobley's back. Allen's back.
Yep.
And then Strauss is back. You see that boy lately? He's playing like who? He's hitting again outside perimeter. Harden outside perimeter. Mitchell does whatever he wants. Whatever he wants to do. They could be very tough to deal with.
Yeah, man. And then switching over to the West, man. If you're looking at, because we talked about this a little bit, you're looking at the matchups, man. Right now you got OKC at 1, 2 games behind San Antonio. The Lakers at 3, Denver at 4, Houston at 5, Minnesota at 6, Phoenix at 7, Portland at 8, Clippers at 9, and Golden State at 10. That Portland thing is the interesting one to me out of all of them because Portland's actually playing really good lately. They 8-2, and it's 10. And I'm hearing rumblings. I don't know how true this is. Don't quote me. Hearing that Dame Lillard is possibly thinking, I might try to do this thing.
He might.
I'm looking at it and I'm like, Dame Lillard in Portland though. Remember this, Dame Lillard in Portland. He back home. He comfortable now.
And he got a cool guy that's playing like he's having a holiday. He's playing well with him. And he's a defensive weapon. Yay! That's what we need in the NBA. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, Portland, that's interesting. I think, but if you're looking at the top dogs in the West, OKC, the one team that I think that would scare them that they don't want to see is Golden State. If because I'm hearing Steph is returning tomorrow against Houston. I want people to understand if Steph and them find a way to get in this playoff and they got to go against OKC first, even if they don't beat OKC, they're going to scare the hell out of them. I promise you. They're going to scare them so bad. It's going to feel like you lost. It's going to feel like you lost. But with that championship experience and then Draymond willing to fight, literally. So
we all know that.
They got Porzingis.
Yeah. Hopefully they no joke.
That's what I'm saying. And then they got Pajinski.
Yeah. These
guys, hey, and you remember Horford and Porzingis was on Boston together. Championship. I like it. If I'm OKC, I want no points. I want no points. I don't want no parts, man. I want no parts because
Steph is going to be healthy. He ain't played in 18 years. He's going to be ready to go. He's going to be back to the food.
You best believe that. You best believe that. That's why I'm saying this is very interesting. It's very interesting at the top right there because I feel like if the Clippers can get back into that ace spot where they can play Phoenix for that chance to play the Spurs don't want to see the Clippers in the first round. Not with Kawhi on the heat, because Kawhi been on a heater. Just himself.
Yes.
If you telling me that Kawhi is coming to the playoffs, and we know how Kawhi act up in the playoffs.
Yes.
He got his body in the playoffs. So
He's playing great right now. He's playing wow.
What I'm saying, the Spurs got something to worry about. Because he's a champion. He MVP. He's 2-time MVP, actually. So he MVP, 2-time MVP, 2-time champion. So yeah, that's an interesting matchup for this. But one thing about it, if the Spurs get through that test, I know they're ready. That's how I'm gonna know they're ready. Because you went against somebody and a team who got championship experience and a coach who won a championship, and you got through that. Once I see you get through that test, I'm not worried about you no more. I'm just worried that they get popped early. I said that about the Spurs. I said either they're gonna lose in the first round, or they can go to the finals. I think that's the range for the Spurs. I think for them.
I agree with you. And I think too. I think teams at the top, like the Thunder or the Spurs, Lakers, you don't know what's going to happen with Luka. I hope they don't take teams lightly because Golden State going to come back healthy. Everybody's back. They're not the team that played in the regular season. See, there's a regular season team, and then there's a playoff team. Yeah. And they've been there, done that. And that guy Curry, you gotta watch out for him. So you gotta watch out for that. They're healthy. So I hope they don't overlook. I think they're gonna be a cakewalk because it's not gonna happen.
Not at all, man. And this West, like even if you're looking at a series that possibly could be like to me, if the Lakers slip back and they get Houston in that series, I like the Lakers in that series. I do. I like the Lakers in that series. Huh? With Luka, without Luka, even without Luka, I like them.
Whoa.
I like. You want to know why? Because I like defensively what they do to Kevin Durant. If you watch them, how they played against Kevin Durant, the last 2 times they played, what JJ did, and if Van Fleet ain't coming back, which he's not, there's no way you can get. There's no other adjustment to that. There's no adjustment to that because they're trapping him at the perfect time every time.
Not caught.
They trap, and you're gonna make KD be a decision maker, and that's what you want. He's a straight scorer. That's what KD won with the Warriors, and that's why he didn't in other teams because they needed him on other teams to be more than a scorer. He's not. He's literally a straight scorer. The team that allowed him to do it was the Warriors. He went to the Warriors. I ain't got to do nothing. Score the damn basketball.
Yeah, right. He did it very well.
That's it. What he did.
I was gonna get to open spot, baby.
And all these other teams like Houston, they're making him become a decision maker. And then if you can do that, you're gonna beat whoever else he got. Because clearly you don't have enough help to subside. That's where Houston is missing a point guard at, right here.
Exactly. We talked about that last night. Of course, a guy like Chris Paul would have helped them out. He's a good player, but he's too inconsistent. He's a not a very good defensive player. A lot of teams attack him. But he can hit that perimeter shot, but not consistently. And I guarantee it's going to be like he may have one good game, then like 2 or 3 bad ones, and then another good game where you need someone who's going to be consistent. Again, not a leader. Van Fleet has been a perfect guy because champion, all that, and
champion. Forget about Fred Van Fleet, champion, and he hit big shots in that series.
And he's a leader.
He's a leader, and that's what they need. And I'm looking at somebody like Minnesota. Minnesota right now is on a bad slip. I'm watching.
Yeah.
They are. They're on a really bad slip right now. They're literally 5-5 in their last 10. They lost the last 2 games. Ant is just getting back. And so you figure the good part about him coming back is it's going to probably take him a couple weeks to get ramped up. And the play start then. Now, one thing I know about Minnesota, in the first 2 rounds, they're the scariest team.
Yes.
It's Western Conference Finals where it seems like they always run out of gas. If you look at Ant-Man, the first 2 series, he's flawless. That's why he scared the hell out of everybody when they play him. Because he's flawless. The problem is they get to the Western Conference Finals. They've been the last 2 years, and they ran out of gas. He ran out of gas every time. Every time. And one of those series was against, I think everybody act like Memphis is this terrible matchup for Luka. Luka beat him a couple years ago to go to the finals. Let's remember that. People say Luka don't play winning basketball. He's been to the finals. Like, you have to win to get there, y'all. You have to win to get there. So, stop that narrative with Luka don't play winning ball. But just speaking on Minnesota specifically, what is your take on them? What you think? Because I'm in the middle with them. I think that they're scary, but they're not last year scary to me.
All right. I've been watching them quite a bit. Randy is playing very well. I like the way he's playing.
Yes.
Gobert, he's up and down. He's not very much of an offensive threat, but you got him. Here's where I think the problem lies. They did everything. A lot of teams scouted and did their best to take Ant out of his game. And that was his problem. That's why he went back to next year and tried to straighten out, figure out how to beat the double teams. And he did his work on that. Here's the problem here, Kenny. The injury he has, I don't know how it's going to affect.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that the nagging injuries that can, that's only, and then the way as explosive as he is,
he needs it.
Depends on his athleticism. I don't know if he can withstand, but maybe he can. He's still young.
Yeah, he's still
young because he's one of the most exciting players to watch.
Yes.
And I think if he comes to play and he's healthy, that's going to make a world of a difference. And the thing I'm worried about him, even though that injury might affect him, he's still going to try to be D.O. and that might be a detriment to them. But that's my only worry. I think injury.
Yeah, Minnesota is definitely a team to be on the lookout for, just because like Ant-Man is just, he's that explosive that he could carry his team. Carry him. Denver to me is the wild card out of every team in this I'm looking at here. Denver's the wild card because to me, Denver can beat every team that's ahead of them right now. The Lakers, Spurs, OKC. I think they can beat every team that's in front of them. But the only thing about Denver that worries me sometimes is there are possessions to where it seems like the team don't know what they're doing. And from a depth perspective, when Jokic goes to the bench,
they hurt him.
Or when you put Murray on the bench too, I don't know where the points coming from. I don't like their depth. And that's the only thing that scares me with Denver is I don't like their depth necessarily. And they look lost at times when Jokic ain't running the band. When he ain't the lead guitarist out there, the band falling flat. And in the playoffs, there's going to be times where Jokic has to rest. He can't play all 48 for 7 games. And so those minutes are very crucial for this team. And it's like, who am I looking at to step up? Is it going to be Aaron Gordon in those situations? Can we look at an AG like that? Can it be him? That's going to be the question. Who's going to be that other guy?
I agree with you, man, wholeheartedly. But one thing I do like, when Jokic was out for that, they held their own. And you know what I like about them? I don't know about you. I hardly even hear about the Nuggets anymore. You hear about San Antonio, you hear about the Thunder, and you hear about the Celtics. That was just sneaking up on people. No one's even paying. Not from what I know, no one's even talking about them.
Yeah,
that guy there, that alien, is having one of the best seasons ever, and no one's really talking about it.
Yeah,
because he's slow. Because you know why? Oh, that's him. That's what he does. I understand. But he's
yeah. Yeah, they take that thing for granted. They do the same thing with Luka. Luka been averaging 30 for his whole damn near his whole career, and they say, "Oh no, that's nothing. That's Luka." They're like, "What?"
Exactly. Yeah, whatever.
We get so
Money is food.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. We did the same thing with LeBron for years. Like, oh man, that's just another 28 season. He's 39. Why is he having 28, 7 and 7 seasons still? We're looking at it like it ain't nothing. We're poo-pooing it away. It's just greatness. Greatness should never be ignored. Greatness should be respected and always appreciated. And I think that's what the problem is now with SGA. He's finna fall into a place to where his greatness won't be appreciated. It's not going to be appreciated. It's just not. For some reason, we're it's such a microwave society. We're on to the next thing.
Exactly.
We're forgetting these guys are doing historic things. Like Jokic, it's historic what he's doing. Don't no center average a triple-double all the time. It's what he does.
And you're right. And it's going, like you said, they're going to the next one because it becomes boring. Because he does it it's become boring. Let's go somebody else.
Yes. Yeah. What they don't realize, the next big thing ain't coming. It's gonna be me. That's how it is. It's gonna be that guy. The guy that you can't stand is the guy that you're looking for. But man, it has been an amazing show. Man, the Oracle. Man, it's been an amazing show, man. I had a great time with you today, man. And we're gonna go ahead and sign off because we covered a lot of ground, man. Man. It's been amazing, man. Tell them where the folks can find you at.
Well, folks can find me on the Sports Wave Network, Sports Corner with the Carman, on Friday evenings at 6 p.m. And they can find me right here with my man Kenny and Waves. And we do a guy called Troop. Unbelievable show. And then I'm on here with my man Kenny and Marcus doing the NBA thing, man. I'm having a ball. I love it. Yes. And I look forward to kicking it with you guys. It's amazing.
Yes, man. Yes. And you can find me everywhere. I'm everywhere on the PCSN. Man. I'm everywhere, man. And you can catch me off of PCSN. You can catch me on Casanova Vibes. Catch me on Casanova Confessions everywhere. Like I said, I'm actually launching a new little thing. It's going to be just a short like podcast. It ain't even a podcast, but it's going to be a short compilation of videos of where I'm just going to be talking about cleaning it up. So if it's like news, like let's say like the Puka Nakua stuff that just came out with him, all that, I'm going to talk about that for a minute and a half. The videos are not going to be long, but I just feel like giving breaking news and giving your perspective on it in sports is always important. So y'all stay tuned for that. I'm everywhere, man. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here with my main man, Oracle. Yeah, man, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We will see you guys. Well, you'll see us Thursday. Yeah, you'll see us Thursday. Well, you'll see us before then, actually. We're always on the channel, so appreciate you guys. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. We will see you guys next time. All righty. Peace.
Peace out.
Yeah, hey, drop.
Prime Coverage Sports Network. Real coverage, real conversation.